All right, guys, it is Monday, the 22nd of the 1st, 2018. This is Rescue International Desk, and it is episode 312 of the show. I had to remind myself what number we're on, Brin, because we're getting up there. Nearly
Getting up
400,
there in age.
getting up there in age and getting up there in show count. It'll be nearly 400 before we realize if we actually stay consistent, which we're trying to do, guys. Which
Yeah.
we're trying to do.
We should hit it before the end of the decade. That's
At the end of the day, well, that's a search one, maybe. But yeah, guys, of course, we are streaming on WViDesk, Phoenix 92.5 FM, and of course, over on YouTube at WViDesk 2016. Go over and subscribe for all the content that we have when we do eventually get around to it. Straight off the bat, WrestleView is celebrating their 28 years as a website right now. And later on tonight, you'll be able to check out a live show with Mr. Adam Martin and Paul Nemmer, owner and webmaster of WrestleView.com. So they're going to do a whole retrospective of the show going back to the very beginning, back in 1997. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's sweet. That's very cool.
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to that. And it's kind of funny because tonight is the 25th anniversary of Raw.
It's just anniversaries all over the place here.
Yeah, man, it's like it was all planned. I don't actually know if it was planned or not. I'm pretty sure it was. But
they planned this out 25 years ago. They go, I know.
I know what's going to happen here. Eventually, we're going to. But anyway, yeah, we can't have an anniversary because we don't do enough shows.
Yeah.
But no, we are going to try. That's our New Year's resolution. But this is
good old rusty try.
Good old rusty try. Speaking of which, have you kept up with what's going on in TNA right now?
I saw they had a barbed wire match between a team with Sami Callihan on it, and that's all I cared about.
Yeah. That's well. EC3 has left.
Has he?
Yeah, they didn't say. Yeah, good for him, but bad for
actually pay him. So,
well, I think he was one of the people who didn't have to worry about that as such.
No, but I mean, he's he showed what it was worth when he went there. Him leaving WWE has kind of helped him the same way it helped Drew McIntyre. I would fully expect to see him come back.
Yeah, no, and actually be utilized properly this time, which is cool. I think he has a lot to work.
He has a lot
and to offer. Yeah, he's a lot to work in and to offer. But yeah, that Barbed Wire Massacre 3 had OVE and Sammy versus LAX and Homicide. Yeah. I haven't seen it yet. I did listen to the interview that they did, the press interview, which I have to do a piece for Total Wrestling Magazine, and yeah, it was a thing.
Yeah,
it's
a barbed wire match. In my opinion, they're not great, but I'm not. Especially when it goes into the ultra-violent stuff, I kind of just tune out.
Yeah, look, unless your name is Sabu, I don't really want to see a barbed wire match.
Yeah, if you're not Sabu or Terry Funk, why should I care?
Yeah, it's they're the only two lads that really can do that match and actually deliver. Yeah. So I probably will watch it.
Sammy is a very his background's pretty much death matches, and he is great in his own right, but it's.
But here's the thing, right? Here's the funny part, Brin. You're gonna love this, right? So this was the main event of the show, and it was for the Impact Tag Team Championships.
Yeah.
Guess what?
The 6 men.
No, it didn't air on Pop TV. It was uploaded for free.
Yeah.
On YouTube.
Yeah, I remember that, man. I remember hearing that.
And it's okay. Well, what was the point of that?
Yeah. The best thing as well is on the actual one that they uploaded, it was they could show blood and barbed wire shots and stuff like that, but not swearing. Oh, that's where you draw the line, is it?
So you can be as violent as you like, but just no swearing. Don't use naughty words. Oh man, that's hilarious. But yeah, guys, if you sound a bit different, it's because we're using a slightly different setup. So do bear with us. Brin got a new mic, didn't you, Brin?
I did, and it's working relatively well so far.
Relatively well. If he sounds like he's on space, it's because he's getting used to it as well. And I'm using a new headset,
Oh, sweet.
so it's slightly different. It's weird because like I still haven't got a new computer yet, which is like, part of
Some
the
things
problem.
never change.
Oh yeah, well, Christmas happened and then I got sick, so it was like, hey, money will disappear. But
So yeah, anyway, that was TNA. It's still dumb.
yeah, poor TNA.
Yeah, they had their chance. Um, but I mean, I remember, even though it's a bit past when it happened, I saw Wrestle Kingdom earlier this year, and it was great.
Yes, a tale of two events, as it were. Wrestle Kingdom was always going to be great, though, and
Yeah, I mean,
did you think this? How did you think this stacked up compared to other shows?
um, I think it's par for Wrestle Kingdom. It's kind of how I felt about it. It's I mean, it's the WrestleMania. It's kind of hard to it's kind of hard to kind of compare it to the standard New Japan show
Mm,
because it's so much more grandiose. Um, I think what's really interesting, I think there's some interesting factoids about it. Like, it wasn't available on pay per view.
yeah.
Um, in the states because AXS TV hosted the whole thing,
Mm.
which I think is very interesting because the owner of that network really believes that New Japan could bring them a lot of success.
It's that was like the one good thing that like you can say the whole Global Force Wrestling expansion thing. They really had that nailed out, and I don't think that's been done since, which is
Mm.
annoying.
But I mean, New Japan is in a very different place
Yeah.
to every other kind of company because the reality is that in all of wrestling, as hot as places likes of Ring of Honor and Progress are, New Japan is on a whole other level of popularity right now.
Yeah,
You
it's a
know,
de facto number two. Like,
yeah, the fact certainly worldwide and in terms of market reach and everything, yeah, certainly. Like, I mean, they're on par to have they're on board to have a very very successful international 2018. You know,
mm,
it's a year that should be very record breaking for them in terms of every metric that they have.
mm,
Um, because the reality is that people go oh yeah, well they've got the bulk. It's yeah, they also have Los Ingobernables, which is still a horrible tongue twister of a word. Chaos are cool. Like, all their factions are really interesting. They've got almost every possible base covered for intrigue that there is.
the only thing you have to do is really kind of find that little entry point to be able to get in and be
I think
accessible.
I think they're kind of getting it more they're playing the long game. They're not trying to directly compete immediately. I think they're just trying to I think they're just trying to steal fans by drips and drabs because in the long run they can do that. You know.
Mm. Well, there's no rush. There's no real rush in it because they're not. It's not like they're not doing a TNA on it where they're directly trying to compete with WWE or making grand statements. They're really just kind of
Doing their own
going at
thing.
it with in their own time.
Yeah, which is
And
the right way to do it. It's not in their interest to they slowly but surely talk over the Japanese wrestling scene.
yeah,
They're slowly but surely gonna just I don't even think it's in their interest to be competitive with WWE right now because I don't think it helps them to try and kind of go, oh, we're going to compete because these guys put up tons of money that they don't have.
yeah.
You know, like it is going to be very interesting to see if they ever run shows here in Ireland and what kind of results they'll have. You know?
I'd imagine if it was anywhere outside of the national stadium,
Yeah,
it would be an epic fail.
yeah.
Because as much as we think that it's huge and it really it is just
I think
it is still niche.
yeah, I think in terms of I think in terms of like the fan base, I don't think people are like um, flying off the handle and going, oh, they could fill out the 3 arena. But like, I think it'd be very interesting to see like how quickly they sell out the national stadium.
Yeah.
If they have to do an extra day, which I definitely think they can do.
Yeah.
Like, because I definitely think there's enough wrestling fans in here that there in Ireland that there would be a demand. And like,
Oh yeah, no, I have no doubt that a show here would do anything but well,
yeah.
but it would need to be tempered to be a national stadium
Oh,
or something like that.
yeah.
Maybe the Tivoli,
Yeah.
but
Talk about 2 venues that are around the same size.
yeah, exactly. It's but anything bigger than that, like you're just asking for it. I don't. I think it may. Uh, are we saying never? No. May I don't know what could happen, but as far as like in the foreseeable future, to keep going the way they're going, yeah, man, they could be huge.
If they were ever going to try and enter the UK and Ireland market, I think they should be looking at a company like Virgin.
Yes,
because like that's especially because like now like that's like a national network here.
Yeah,
they're like TV3 is going to become Virgin, which is that would be huge.
That's going to be like everything is changing now as far as like the European market as such.
Yeah. I mean, OTT, you're going from strength to strength here. ICW are doing great business. Progress are doing great business. PCW are doing great in the Midlands in the UK. Like, it's never been a better time to be a wrestling fan who doesn't watch WWE.
Yes, it's funny. Like, there's that burnout with WWE, but then again, it's like there's so much choice that you kind of choose to sit there and moan about WWE as such.
But, I mean, the thing that's cool now as well is that like I was thinking about this the other day that like it's like you can watch in WWE. It's kind of cool how many things I have to watch in WWE.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not just one stagnant product anymore, and that's one thing I hope they touch on in their 25 years of Raw.
But it's also like not just one act.
Yeah.
Like in 2010, the only act worth watching was Nexus because it was the only act that was interesting.
Yeah.
In 2011, the only act worth watching was CM Punk because he was the only thing that was interesting. 2012 and 2013, it was in 2012 and 2013, it was The Shield and then a little bit of Daniel Bryan and Kane. And then 2014, Daniel Bryan, and then 2015 kind of got a bit stagnant. 2016 still a bit stagnant.
Yeah, there was kind of like that period where and we've kind of mapped it out on the show here, or I have with several different people, that like you would blame it on John Cena, and I think in hindsight you can't blame it on him.
No,
but he does kind of.
Yeah, I think
he is kind of the face that shops up, going, oh, during the time when wrestling was at its worst, you were the face of it.
I'd also say like 2016 was a bad year, and I'd almost certainly blame it on Seth Rollins.
Yes. Oh God, Seth Rollins was
like, like that. I mean, that's like a recent year where you go like, oh, it's not really Cena's fault.
No. Well, I don't. The most recent.
And like again, when I think even in like 2009 is a bad year, but I'd also go, Randy Orton deserves a lot of blame.
Yeah, like 2006, 2007, 2008, you can blame squarely on John Cena, but after that, it's kind of pushing it. Like when you think about the stuff they did there, it defies logic.
Yeah, it's also like even in 2007, you can blame him Great Khali as well.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, we had a match where Great Khali, didn't even turn up, and two lads had a match in his stead. He was that bad. Yeah. It's like, come on, what are you doing?
Like now at the moment, I mean, unfortunately, Samoa Joe is injured again, but when he's there, he's worth watching. Braun is, I can't get over how much I enjoy watching Braun. Like when I first saw him, I never would have thought that's a guy that I think is amazing. And now, but here I am going like, yeah, Braun is like, for me, he was the star of last year.
Yes, 100%.
Bit of a competition for it. Like he's great. Braun was an absolutely integral part of watching last year. And it looks like he's going to be that way this year too. I kind of hope he takes the title from Brock at Rumble. Because
I don't know. Like, we could talk about the Rumble, I guess, because, well, yeah, we kind of have to. It's our go home show. Our Rumble's
yeah,
Rumble's this week, man. That's crazy.
yeah,
Yeah, like I think I think they might. They'll go one or two ways with the Rumble, where it's like they'll either give us a complete shock or they'll give us exactly what we're expecting.
yeah,
And I don't see the point of keeping the status quo when there's no status quo to keep.
yeah. Well, I think if they go with um Brock versus Roman, it's not really like it's not a match that has, for me anyway, it's just not a match that has intrigue in it. And I don't think, like, I'm trying to think of it from like a casual perspective of would that be an interesting match? And I'm like, well, okay, you got Brock Lesnar, who's a legit fighter, going up against a guy who can't even work a punch that great.
Mm.
Like, it's, I don't know. I don't buy Roman that much as a threat to Brock
No,
on paper.
no.
But it's like me also overthinking it a good bit. But like, I don't know. There's just something so right about Brock losing to Braun. I can't explain why.
Well, see, it's because he has the same legitimacy,
Yeah, it's
I
just,
guess.
I think it's the fact that they can go. Braun might actually be able to kill him.
Yeah, like you buy that, Roman Reigns is a tough guy,
Yeah,
right? And you buy him that he can do things, but you don't buy him as a killer.
yeah. But it's the same thing like Samoa Joe. I totally buy that Samoa Joe could beat Brock. You
Yeah,
know,
but that's it. He has the same atmosphere, the same feeling. Like,
there's just something so like I don't like buy that like Joe could kill Brock, but I totally believe that he could beat him.
yeah, and that's enough. Wrestling is about suspending our disbelief, but you have to be helped a little bit. It's like when you're sitting there and you're like, no, there's no way. This is just silly.
You just don't believe that a guy with a flak jacket is tough.
Yeah, exactly. You just don't buy it. There's no way. But I'm just
Like,
scrolling through.
about the Office of Pain, but they take theirs off before they,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
like it's too much like D'Lo Brown.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
You better recognize.
Yeah, you gotta recognize. Um,
Oh man, I like D'Lo Brown. It's like, I don't know, good old jobber D'Lo. He'd
I
turn
love
up and
playing as on SmackDown too.
yeah, he was in SmackDown too.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um,
it's so weird because like there was in the Titantron video they had from him. They also had Chaz, but you couldn't play as Chaz.
they did have Chaz, yeah, but it was just like, where's Chaz?
Yeah, and I was going, oh, Chaz has to be an unlockable character, and I tried just about everything to unlock him, and you couldn't. I was so confused.
Like, was that because he just was terrible, or because they fired him, or he just couldn't? Like, they're like, nobody will ever want to play as Chaz, so he just didn't bother.
Michael Cole was a playable character in that game.
That's a good point. So
Um,
if your choice was Chaz or Michael Cole, it really kind of shows what they think of you when they're like, we don't even care. Go away, Chaz.
yeah, I don't know why he wasn't there. It's so bewildering.
Actually, speaking of which, you couldn't even get an action figure of Chaz.
No.
Like you actually you couldn't. I'm thinking back now. I'm like, I've never once seen a. I know you could get a headbanger, the
Yeah,
headbangers, but you can
that's
never
his
get
power.
Chaz.
I hope Chaz is safe.
What was it? Oh, speaking of the Royal Rumble, you remember how Test got into the Royal Rumble when he beat up Chaz? He,
No,
he
no.
no, was it Test? No, I think it was the Mean Street Posse or something. Someone beat up Chaz and D'Lo to get into the Royal Rumble one year.
Oh,
Can't
that's
remember
so
who.
an attitude
I
era.
can't remember. I can't remember who it was, but D'Lo and Chaz were fighting over it, and somebody just took it and ran away with it. Could have been Goldust. Guys,
Yeah.
if you know who it is, leave it in the comments below because I cannot remember. But it was I remember thinking at the time, I'm like, this is. They really don't like either one of these guys. Both of these guys are going to get fired soon, and
Mm.
sure enough, they did. But we will talk about the Rumble in a little bit. One thing I did actually see was that CM Punk now is making waves about another fight. Dana White
Yeah.
says that CM Punk is going to get another shot in the UFC for some reason.
Yeah. Oh,
Because
they have to. Like, he has another 2 fights to go with them, so like they have to do something.
they could just have him like hold a card or something.
Yeah, I'd say he'll be given a fight night.
But like he's going to get killed again.
Yeah. It, it's just so sad.
Actually, someone just sent me a picture of Bailey's action figure,
Yeah.
and it looks like she's in horrific pain.
Oh, I've got to see this.
She's literally like screaming. I'm gonna send you. I actually think this might be the thumbnail for the show.
Oh God.
Because it's that weird. So I'm gonna send that to you there in the chat. What were they thinking? It's like, what child wants this? And the thing about it is, it's out of stock. So loads of children wanted it.
Oh no. Oh God.
I know.
Why does she look like Kurt Angle? Oh my no.
Oh God! Now that's all I can think of. She looks exactly like. Maybe they just used the stock of Kurt Angle heads they had.
Yeah, it's Kurt Angle with a ponytail. That's what that is.
Oh my God, that's scary.
No. I had to close down the screen. That was no.
Yeah. So if anyone's wondering what we're talking about, Smiths, which is a large.
It's basically like Toys R Us.
Yeah, it's like Toys R Us over here. It's a large toy store, and this is the WWE Basic Series 74 Bailey, and she's literally screaming and looks like Kurt Angle with a ponytail.
Oh, it's frightening.
Oh my God! You know, if I was an action figure and that was my action figure, I would be like, guys, what the hell? How, what did you do?
If it was Kurt Angle, I'd be upset, frankly.
I love the review of it. Right, it's like 4 stars, anonymous. Amazing! What an amazing figure! The only reason this product didn't get a 5-star rating, the legs get real loose real quick. Minor bummer, but I will be only displaying it on a shelf. Not to bug an issue. Do not regret my purpose. Sorry, do not regret my purchase.
Oh God.
Oh man. Wow.
Why do I have a feeling that person has every rendition of John Cena's t-shirts?
Yep. Yep.
With every rendition of Randy Orton's t-shirts.
Oh God, yeah, that's something else. Actually, real quick, I don't know, a plug for another podcast. If you guys watch, I don't know if you ever listen to the F Plus podcast.
No, I haven't had a chance to listen to them.
It's not safe for work, and it's probably not safe for FM.
That's what podcasts are.
Yes, it's all I'll say is I'll give you their tagline: "Awful things read with enthusiasm." So they read like forums phonetically. It's it's fantastic. I would recommend it. And I just got a flash there going, oh, I've been listening to too much F Plus podcast, but that is definitely something that they would read aloud and give characters to.
Oh God.
Oh my God, that's something else. I will have to say, the same person sent me the Oscar one.
Yeah.
And that's kind of worse. What are they doing? Who is making these? These, like,
Mattel.
Yeah, but isn't Mattel's like whole? Isn't Mattel's whole business like to make dolls?
Yeah.
Like these don't look anything like them.
Yeah. Like legit, I was watching.
Oscar looks native. I sent you a picture of what Oscar looks like. She looks Native American.
Like I legit watched the that Netflix documentary series called "The Toys That Made Us."
Right.
And like, oh my, that's.
Sure. Did you ever see the original Star Wars figures from the 70s?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I had a few of them. I was given the hand-me-downs of a few of them.
You should have kept them, man. You would have been able to cash those in for dollar bills, yo.
You really couldn't have. They were faded to hell.
Some nerd would have bought them.
Yeah.
Probably me. No.
Why did you send me a photo of a transvestite doll of
that's supposed to be Oscar.
Why does she have like Bill from marketing's face?
She looks like a Native American in,
Yeah,
that is
like
confused.
cosplaying.
That yes, that is confused about everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
So surprised is the emotion they were going for.
This imagine being a child and being like, "Hey, we got you Oscar and Bailey." You're like, "What? What are these?"
To be fair, like I've had some when I did have action figures. I had one of The Rock. Oh my god, it looked like it was the Rock if he had a crippling alcohol addiction.
I had a terrible Stone Cold Steve Austin figure
Yeah.
that I actually used as a Chaz figure. Believe it or not,
Oh.
I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I had D'Lo and I wanted to book Lowdown in a match,
Oh,
and
brilliant.
yeah, I had to use my Banjack Stone Cold Steve Austin, who was a referee before, as Chaz.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, so he got upgraded from referee to Chaz.
Oh, that's not an upgrade.
Upgrade. Some would say that's a downgrade.
I would say yes.
But like the majority of the wrestling action figures that you'd get back in the day were okay. There
Yeah.
were a few. Do you remember the sweat glands ones?
Yeah, vaguely.
Yeah, they
Vaguely.
they were weird. Like they had these big like roided out wrestling figures, and it
Yeah.
came with like a bottle that you'd fill with water and they'd sweat.
Ugh.
You're like, ugh, that's. It's like that weird stuff they do nowadays, with like zombie WWE figures. It's like just make the good. Listen, instead of having confused female wrestling figures, just
Mm.
make decent ones instead of zombie versions of them.
The cool thing I did see that Mattel brought out was as well was like Barbie dolls that are also wrestlers. So like there's one that looks like Bailey, there's one that looks like Sasha, which I think is cool. And that's
That's
a really
cool.
cool idea.
That's very cool. And I think like I don't know, but then like, what would you be using them for? Like as a
Yeah, for,
fan, you know?
for girls.
Oh well, would girls be wrestling with them, or would they be?
I no, I think because they're Barbies, it's more you play Barbie stuff with
Ah,
them.
okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well,
Cool, cool
look,
idea.
it is a good idea, and they probably look a hell of a lot better than whatever that
Yes.
nightmare was we just looked at.
Mattel would not screw around with Barbie.
Yeah, it's just like okay, it's
You know.
bad idea, guys. Just just bad idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, so moving swiftly on, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, and a whole other host of people are apparently being teased for tonight. Ric Flair, D-Generation X, New Age Outlaws, John Cena, AJ Styles, The New Day, The Usos, Daniel Bryan, Shane McMahon, The APA, The Dudley Boys, Eric Bischoff, Jeff Harvey, imagine Jeff Harvey, Jeff Hardy, Christian, Mark Henry, Scott Hall, X-Pac, Chris Jericho, Ted DiBiase, and the list keeps going. These are all being teased for tonight. Even the
That's
Boogeyman.
very cool. They always wheel out the boogeyman.
I didn't even think they had the Boogeyman still.
Yeah. No, I mean like oh man, he like that dude made a real career for himself
Out
as
out of
boogeyman.
very little,
Yeah.
but he pushed it very
Still
far.
works that gimmick on indies and stuff. Like
We think about it, he doesn't have to wrestle.
no, he doesn't even have to. It's great. Like good for him.
Yeah, he
You
just
know?
has to turn up, and that's about it. I am on Twitter
He's
here.
gonna come and get you.
He's going to get you. I am on Twitter, which is why I'm a little bit distracted because I'm scrolling through the WWE Twitter at the moment,
Yeah.
and I have to say, usually I'm as jaded as I am as a wrestling fan.
Mm.
Um, I don't get excited about things,
But
but
you're
tonight,
containing your squee right now.
yeah, I'm actually like really looking forward to Raw tonight.
Yeah, and I should like their anniversary shows and their like milestone shows are always like 100% worth that watch.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Although I didn't think I'd see CM Punk featured,
Yeah.
but he is.
Is he?
Yeah,
What?
yeah. Well, it's not him. Well, he is like Great Khali is beating him up, but he's
Uh,
he's there. Um,
mm,
I don't know. It's
mm,
weird. It seems like something big could happen. They have Sting.
I swear,
Um,
like, I swear to God, if they actually did have Punk come back, I'd lose my mind.
That would be cool. I don't think it will happen. I'm not gonna put
No,
money on it, but if
no.
they really wanted to
That's like
have some,
a 1,500 shot to one.
yeah.
You
Well,
know?
that would like he'd be better off than going in to get his head smashed in UFC again. Like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, he's still friends with Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe's been saying on podcasts and stuff for the last like 4 or 5 months that Punk wants to come back. So, like,
but
who,
look,
who knows?
if I was in WWE now, I'd be looking to get some. Yeah, I'd be opening up the channels to get Punk in, and if
Yeah.
I was Punk, I'd be like, going, I can make millions of dollars for doing something I'm good at, or I
Yeah.
can get my head smashed in and be embarrassed by everybody.
Yeah. I think like it kind of just sucks. I mean, I think I kind of hope that Punk has like I hope that they kind of don't try to if he ever does come back. I hope they don't try to humiliate him because I don't think that either side benefits from it.
Yeah, no,
Um,
if he comes back, they'd have to like he'd have to be one of their guys, you know,
yeah,
because that's the only thing that makes sense. You know, it doesn't make sense to bring back and to be like, oh, this is what we're going to do, and we're going to embarrass you because it's like, no, man. You know, he is one of your top guys. You
yeah,
know, you have him there. You know, use him. So that would be my hope if Punk came back. If he didn't, then there'd be no real point. But I think it makes a hell of a lot more sense than anything that UFC would do,
yeah.
even if it is
I
from
think
a.
it'd be very wise for Punk as well to not call himself the best in the world anymore.
Yeah, there's way too many guys that could just take him down. You know,
Yeah, but it's just like even like
just go back
after,
to just go back to being the second City Saint.
yeah,
You know, gimmick change would be cool.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
he's good enough that he can come up with stuff, but like, oh god,
yeah, and it might happen. I hope it does. I would lose my mind if Punk came
mm.
back too.
How weird would it be to see Punk versus AJ in the same WWE ring?
It'd be crazy. Like it's a whole different world.
Yeah,
So
or
uh,
like imagine seeing Punk versus Samoa Joe in the same ring, and how
yeah,
that would be.
it's been a long time. Been a long time.
It'd be almost as weird as seeing like Cassius Ono and Cesaro together.
Yeah, that would be weird, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, it could happen, and we might be talking about this next week. Going, oh my god! But I'm
Weird.
very good. I'm cautiously optimistic about tonight,
Yeah.
and this is bad because I'm in danger of breaking our rule,
But if
which
it's fun and
if
interesting,
it's fun and interesting, WWE won't do it because they don't do anything fun and interesting.
yeah. No,
But
they can do something fun or they can do something interesting, but they can rarely do both unless a McMahon is involved. That's the cause,
that's the clause. Yeah, it's a very specific
Yeah.
set of rules that they need to follow.
Yeah. Like
Uh,
you look at case in point is like you look at what the storyline they did with Jason Jordan and Kurt Angle, and on paper you can go, that's interesting, but then you go, doesn't have McMahon involved, so it's not gonna be fun.
yeah, it's going to be serviceable, and that's about it. Do you want to talk about the Alberto El Patron thing?
Oh, I didn't see anything, but Al Patron, what did he do now?
He embarrassed himself again.
What did he do now?
Well, he kind of continued with what he was doing. He apologized for his for his repeated comments against Triple H and the WWE.
Oh no.
Like, for anyone who doesn't know, over the past year, he's been like stopping live events and at the end of live events going off on tirades against WWE and Triple H. And apparently he did it on social media as well quite a lot.
Yeah. No, he was trying to work himself into a shoot, it seemed, or shoot himself into a work. I'm not quite sure what.
All this came off like was a really bad inversion of remember VKM?
Yeah. Oh God.
Michael Hickenbottom. That's what this felt like.
That like VKM was bad.
I liked their music. I thought their music was cool.
I thought the idea was a really good one, but boy, oh boy.
Yeah, good ideas and like execution,
Yeah.
different things. But
that was like the force of TNA at that point, though.
Yeah,
Good ideas, poorly executed.
this was just smacked of it.
Mm.
So Yeah, he's had this to say. Patron seems to blame you're gonna love this, former fiance and WWE star Paige for the issues. Quote, I apologize to Triple H for the issues when I was with my ex-partner. She and her entire family made me believe that those affected our relationship were them, specifically him. She made me believe that the videos comprising of Patron and all of that by Triple H and the company. At the time, I believed her because she was my partner.
But how quickly does Paige just have to go? You know he's full of crap, right?
Uh,
For him to go, yeah, we know. Like everyone, like I mean, when you think about how many people how many people he's burned, like he became friends with Drew, and then Drew lost his job because of him.
yeah.
You know, and
He got into a relationship with Paige, and now Paige is retired.
yeah,
The
yeah,
man,
like they're not related.
they're not, they're not related, but the man just seems to be bad luck.
Yeah, but that's because, but it's almost all like his misfortune is entirely his own.
Yes.
You know, like yeah, like I mean, when he left the first time and he went to AAA and he went to Lucha Underground and Ring of Honor, no one had anything bad to say about him. They'd gone like, wow, he's actually like, why wasn't he this good when he was in WWE? And people like were really glad that he left because he was actually performing really really well. And then he
Then he got,
abruptly he
then he got
abruptly returned.
comfortable.
But he abruptly returned to WWE. Like he was the he was the he was Triple A's champion. He was their heavyweight champion, and he left without telling them he returned to WWE. This is
Oh, okay, hold on.
a move of a class act. Like,
Spock question.
mm-hmm.
Which is worse? Actually, we should do this every week. A section. Which is worse? Uh, Alberto Patron leaving without telling them, or Hernandez wrestling without them being allowed to.
Oh, that's a good choice. Yeah, I think just because of scale, like it has to be like leaving, like being world champion and not telling your company that you're leaving. You know, because like working a day for TNA without telling them that you're not allowed to work that day, no one's going to see it anyway, so it doesn't it doesn't really count.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Both are really bad, but I do think the Hernandez one was worse because they actually like literally had to edit shows and like delete loads of shows.
They do so much reshoots. Yeah, I get what your point, but I like again, it's like I think if it was Triple A's mid card title,
Yeah.
I would be probably leaning more towards the like imagine if Randy Orton was the Universal Champion
Mm,
and he left to work in New Japan without telling anyone.
mm.
That's pretty crappy.
It's like, oh, it's like, oh, by the way, guys, it wasn't even that. It was just like, hey, everyone's looking around and going, "Where's Poochie?" You know,
Where's Poochie?
that's pretty much what he did. It's like, oh, okay, and then to watch WWE
Everyone's asked,
television.
where's Poochie?
That should have
Um,
been in his contract. Everyone just asks where he is until he comes back. Oh
um,
man, I don't know. But before we close out the show, we do have to talk about Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble is coming everybody's way the 28th of this month, which is Sunday. So by the time we do the show next week, the Royal Rumble would have already happened.
yeah.
And it's from the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Let's go Flyers. So we have two Royal Rumbles this year, a female Royal Rumble and a men's Royal Rumble as normal. So I'm kind of like, do they have 30 women on the
Yeah,
roster?
that's why they did a bunch of call outs, and I think there's a bunch of slots that are going to go to NXT girls.
Okay. Because I'm like, so I was sitting here going, right, are you just going to have like the girls enter multiple times?
Yeah, no, I think like there's eight. I heard somewhere that there's like eight slots going towards NXT.
Cool. Well, look, I'm not gonna poo-poo on this
Yeah,
because it's the first time it's happened. You know, why not? I
yeah.
think it's cool. If it fails
I think
epically,
I
look,
think our idea was a little bit more interesting.
yeah, well,
That
you
was
know,
the idea of doing like a beat the clock tournament going into a scramble match.
yeah, but again, fun and interesting.
Yeah.
We have. I'm
Yeah.
surprised this is
And
happening.
treat the women differently in an interesting way.
Yeah,
You know.
but look, we've had some terrible Royal Rumble matches.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
So
we
like
have.
it has a long way to go before it's known as the worst Royal Rumble of match of all time.
Yeah.
So let's see how it goes, and then we'll break it down properly next week. Do
Yeah.
you have any ideas on who you think's gonna win, or are you just gonna go with it?
Um, it's kind of hard to say because like I can't think of like who like I can't even think of anyone who's got like real momentum going into it.
Right.
You know, like I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Niall won. You know,
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe. I think maybe. Yeah. Naya could be. She'd be in the top.
yeah. Like
The
I could see her
last
being the
few.
last girl eliminated.
Yeah. I
You
don't think.
know,
I don't think she'll win as such.
yeah.
But
It's just because like I don't see Becky winning. Um, I don't see Natty winning.
Oscar might win.
Oscar's a very good shout.
Oscar might win. I would say if I had to put money
I
on
think
it
it's going to
now,
be a Raw girl who wins.
yeah, yeah, I say it'd probably be Bailey or Oscar.
Yeah, yeah. I think those are kind of like the three.
Yeah,
Like if you're going to hedge your bets, those are the three you pick.
yeah, they'd be my picks, I'd say. For the men's Royal Rumble, do you have any outliers?
Um, do we have any outliers? Uh, I'd say like I'd expect. I think Shinsuke is like
Yeah,
my
he's my
favorite to win.
he's my favorite to win. So he's my lock of the week.
The luck of the week. Um, I expect to see Bobby Roode have a good showing. Um, but like, oh man, I'm just trying to think of like, if um, yeah, I can't really think of like anyone else that would even. It's just difficult, when you're kind of going like, oh, who could win? A lot of people. um, yeah, I'd say like Braun, if he's in it, will be a serious contender.
Yeah.
Also Roman is always just
No, stop. Oh, hold on. I got it. Right. So
yeah.
they're gonna have the WWE title match early, obviously,
Yeah.
and
Well,
whoever.
Rumble should close the show, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that will be the case, but I'd fully expect either Roman to find his way in the Royal Rumble,
yeah.
or for one of the guys who lost the WWE title to end up back in the Rumble.
Mm.
But no, my pick, if it's not Roman, probably Shinsuke,
Yeah.
or again, we could have a John Cena Randy Orton win,
I think
but just because.
yeah, because you just can never count them out.
Yeah, because it'd be silly to count out either one of them.
Yeah.
But okay, if they're going to go for a new guy, Shinsuke. If
Yeah.
they're going to go for the safe guys, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, or John Cena.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And that's just the way.
Or they'll do something bewildering like have Kane win.
Yeah, well, at least that would be different. I don't think Kane has ever won the Royal Rumble.
No. He should have won in 2001, I think, even though we're not.
That would have ruined the best WrestleMania of all time.
Yeah, but
It's just like
one man. I mean, he eliminated like 11 guys.
yeah, but like to be fair, he did actually like.
It took a chair shot to the head to knock him out of the ring. So,
See, I can't argue with that. Like that's sound logic, but it would have really messed up WrestleMania. Although I suppose they could have done it because they did kind of retroactively book The Rock and Austin into a match. Yeah. So it could have been done. They you should have done it there, but then you wouldn't have had Stone Cold's, push. But anyway, I'm gonna go with you, Braun Strowman, to win.
Yeah.
But
more just because I want it.
But they also could just do shenanigans and
It's either Brock or Braun.
Yeah.
I do not see Kane winning.
No, Kane's there to take the fall.
Yeah, he's there to eat a pin
Yeah.
and win the mayorship.
What do you think of AJ and Kevin Owens?
And Sammy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I expect it to be good. Um, I would. I think they'll keep it on AJ. I don't think. Um,
I don't. Yeah. I don't see the. I don't see the like. I don't see the point of them moving the belt away.
yeah,
I agree with you.
I don't see who. I don't see who they would have face Kevin or Sammy for the title.
Yeah. Like
That would be more interesting than
like
they could have face AJ.
like AJ versus Shinsuke is a main event.
Yeah, like Shinsuke versus Kevin Owens is a main event too. Sammy, it's not.
But not yet. But not yet.
Yeah, no,
not yet.
Yeah, absolutely. And then suppose that it just like that kind of needs more of a lead in and more of a story.
Yeah, like they have certain stuff built in and ready to go. So it's just a matter of them pulling the trigger. I would just I would be hesitant if they did something like that. Like if that was in the thing, like in the show, I would be like, what's going on here? You guys are messing up big time.
Oh, I just actually I've got to change my mind on the triple threat match.
Sure. Kane for the win?
No, it's going to be Brock because I have a feeling, and you're going to love this, but I have a feeling that a certain wrestler who only has one, who just uses the same letter for all of his names, is going to show up and cost Braun the win.
The game.
Yeah.
It's all about the game.
Yeah.
Actually, can I change my pick?
Yeah.
I want Triple H to win.
Just the show in general.
Exactly. Just every single match.
Bailey's gonna go. Is just gonna throw out Nia. Turns around. Triple H in drag. Throws both of them out, and he.
Oh man. Oh yeah, like that's it. You know, as I said, you know, Triple H should, and then he can double win the Rumble and then get another belt for it.
Yeah. There's a tag match on the show as well. There's a tag team match on the show, I'd imagine too.
Yeah, well, Triple H can like tag with himself, like. Damn it!
He picked up Yoshihiko from Japan, the blow-up doll.
You know what sucks now, though, right? No matter what they do on the show, nothing's going to live up to Triple H winning the entire show for me now. So no matter how good it is,
yeah, this is my plan to ruin Royal Rumble for you.
No matter how good it is now, I'm not going to be like, oh man.
But you know what would have been great.
Oh god, yeah. For the record, there are two tag team matches, and I imagine there'll probably be one on the pre-show. So I'd say around 3, and then there's the Cruiserweight Championship as well.
Yeah,
so
I see Cedric taking that at this point.
Oh yeah. Enzo's had it for too long, so there's.
It's not even that he's had it for too long. It just seems like it's the right time to put on Cedric.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like, there's no reason for Enzo to have it now. So, yeah. But yeah, we'll break this down in graphic detail next week, because like tonight's the go home show for us, so we still don't really know the kind of consistency of the show yet, what it looks like of the matches. So yeah, guys, that's what's going to happen there. Get your predictions in WViDesk 2016 at gmail.com.
Tell us how wrong we are.
Yeah, and tell us if you want Triple H to win everything, because you know he needs more love. You know.
What if, or how about this? How about Gilbert comes back and and shows us how great he is? He actually is.
Well, Gilbert deserves a run. You know,
everything.
Everything. Easy cruiserweight championship.
Yeah.
Run right there. Doesn't matter how old he is, but yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this week, man. Unless you have anything else.
No, that's it for me. I'm just going to plug my other podcast that I do at the moment as well. It's Shit Film Sundays. It's hosted on geeksoftheindustry.com. I do it with my partner in crime, Filoni's Punk KFC.
Awesome. I will do check that out, guys. It's a great show. It's going to be. I'm going to link it up on the website.
Yeah.
I got sick over Christmas, so I didn't have time to do any coding for the site, but I will do it. You can check it over at www.wvidesk.com, and that will take you straight to our all archives, links to YouTube, all that kind of stuff. It's it's a work in progress, so just keep going there. It's a secure site, and no one will steal anything from you. Trust me. Um, it's a good site. It's free as well, so I am adding to the actual archive of the show very slowly. So I think there's like 120 shows up there now.
Oh God.
So it's getting bigger. And thanks to Mega Upload. So I know some people are like, "Oh my God, Mega Upload's kind of dodgy." It's like, no, not really. It's fine. But we
Well,
are,
it used to be, but it's pretty good now.
yeah, it's pretty good now. And I am working. I am working to have an external archive.org link or whatever. And we are up on iTunes, thanks to Rescue Media for setting that up there. So if you guys want to subscribe there, and you'll get our shows, and you'll get the Rescue live shows as well. Anything else that goes on rescue.com. Real quick, I want to thank Carrie for sending me those the pictures of those action figures of the Nightmare Fodder. I wanted to find a better name, of Nightmare Fodder. So thank you for that. We had a bit of fun laughing at those. I will post them up on the Facebook page because they're hilarious.
You know the song by Metallica, "The Things That Should Not
Be"? The thing that should not be. Oh, dude, yeah. The worst part is though, the Bailey one is sold out in Ireland.
There must just not be that many Bailey action figures.
It was a popular toy.
It just must not be like she's a popular lady.
She is, but like she didn't look like herself at all. She looked like I don't even
melted Jason Jordan's face.
Melt man with the power to melt.
Action League, no.
Oh man, love Action League now. Anyone who gets the reference, you're the same age as us. If you don't, Google it.
Younger than us, or older than us.
Yeah, Google it. You're in for a good time. And what else would I plug? Yes, as I mentioned, the F Plus podcast. They're fantastic. I've listened to a lot of those, and a big shout out to OSW Review as well. Those guys are awesome. That's going to do it for this week. So, yeah, get in your predictions.
More Action League now.
Get your predictions in. Go over to Facebook. Let us know what you think of the show, and we will talk to you guys next week here on WViDesk.com and Phoenix 92.5 FM.
Bye.